Imagine this. The air just thick with the sweet smell of mandrakes. Or picture being so captivating that a king gets tangled up just looking at your hair.
That's a great way to start,
Yeah.
because today we're really getting into the Song of Solomon.
We are. It's this ancient Hebrew poetry all about love and, well, desire.
Right, and what's fascinating really is how unique it is within religious texts. There's no direct mention of God, which is pretty unusual.
No, there isn't. And you'll see these little notations sometimes, like D, W, M, letters like A, B, C.
Yeah, those are probably markers scholars use, trying to figure out who's speaking when, though it's still debated exactly who W or M is.
Exactly. So for this deep dive, our plan is basically to unpack the big themes in the sections we have here. Love, beauty, desire, all that intense imagery.
And see how these ancient ways of talking about love maybe still hit home for you today. We're going to focus just on these specific verses.
Okay, let's dive in. It starts right off with, turn, turn, O Shulamite, turn, turn, that we may gaze upon you.
Yeah, this immediate command to be seen. And then that strange line, why gaze on her as at the dance of the two camps?
Dance of the two camps. What do you think that means? Public display? Something else?
Could be. It definitely sets a scene where she's the focus, maybe even a spectacle of sorts. It's intriguing.
It really is. And then, boom, it zooms right in on these descriptions. Her feet in sandals.
Right. And the curving thighs like jewels, the product of skilled hands. That phrasing.
Skilled hands. It makes her sound almost like a masterpiece, doesn't it?
Exactly. Precious, deliberately crafted, and then the valley, a round bowl that should never lack mixed wine.
Suggesting abundance, pleasure.
I think so. Richness, delight. It's very evocative language.
And it just keeps rolling. Breasts like two fawns.
Twins of a gazelle.
A neck like an ivory tower. Eyes like pools in Heshbon.
The specific location, Heshbon, adds a layer of reality, maybe.
Maybe. And the hair, purple, captivating akin. You're just flooded with these images.
Totally. It's a full sensory download. So what does this tell us, you think, about what they saw as beautiful back then?
Good question. It feels very natural, earthy, comparisons to animals, fawns, gazelles.
Yeah, suggesting maybe youthfulness, grace, vitality, things often valued.
The jewels, the ivory, that points to value, right?
Yeah.
Deep admiration.
Absolutely. And the king being caught in its locks, that's not just, oh, she's pretty. That's about power, allure, magnetic.
Beauty is a kind of force. Okay, so then the tone shifts a bit, doesn't it? It gets more personal.
Right? You get how beautiful you are, how fair, my love. It moves from just describing to directly addressing, more intimate.
Definitely. And the comparisons change, too. Your very form resembles a date palm and your breasts clusters.
And then the desire becomes really explicit. Let me climb the date palm and take hold of its branches.
That's pretty direct.
It is. It's not subtle. These are metaphors for physical intimacy, for connection. A very clear expression of wanting.
And the sensuality continues. The fragrance of your breath like apples.
And your mouth like the best wine that flows down smoothly for my lover, gliding over lips and teeth.
Wow. You can almost taste that wine. It makes the love feel so tangible.
That's the power of the sensory details, isn't it? Makes it almost physically present for you, the listener.
And then she speaks, right? I belong to my lover. His yearning is for me.
Yes. That sense of mutuality, it's not one-sided. It's a shared desire, a reciprocal thing.
Which flows so naturally into that invitation. Come, my lover, let us go out to the fields.
Let us pass the night among the henna. Let us go early to the vineyards.
There will I give you my love. It's all about finding intimacy out in nature together.
You see the progression. Admiring beauty, then expressing desire, now actively seeking shared time, shared space.
And the mandrakes come back, releasing their fragrance and choice fruits kept in store.
Yeah, it adds this layer of anticipation, like she's prepared this offering for him within their relationship.
Then there's that slightly wistful part, that you were a brother to me.
Ah, yes. Nursed at my mother's breasts. If I met you out of doors, I would kiss you and none would despise me.
What's that about, do you think? Why a brother?
Well, it seems to point towards a desire for maybe a more social acceptable kind of intimacy.
Yeah.
Less constrained. If he were family, kissing him publicly wouldn't cause shame.
I see. So it highlights the social pressures, perhaps. The longing for open acknowledgement.
Could be. Yeah, notice what follows. Wanting to bring him to her mother's house.
Uh,
To be taught, given spice wine.
Integrating him into her world, her family history.
Exactly. Making the connection deeper, more grounded.
And then you get those really simple but powerful images of closeness. His left hand is under my head.
And his right arm embraces me. Just pure comfort, affection, security, right?
Mm-hmm. And right there, in that intimate space, comes the warning.
The adjuration, yeah. To the daughters of Jerusalem. Do not awaken or stir up love until it is ready.
Until it's ready, what does that suggest? Patience. That love has its own timing.
I think so. It implies love shouldn't be forced, shouldn't be rushed. It has a natural unfolding. It's quite profound, really.
Okay, let's shift to the next part, the return from the desert. It starts with a question. Who is this coming up from the desert, leaning upon her lover?
That image. Leaning upon her lover. It immediately suggests support, reliance, maybe a journey they've been on together.
And the desert itself, often a symbol of hardship, right? Or testing.
Definitely. So emerging from the desert together, leaning on each other, it speaks volumes about shared strength, about the bond getting them through something difficult.
Then there's this memory recalled. Beneath the apple tree, I awakened you.
There your mother conceived you. There she who bore you conceived.
Wow. That connects their love right back to origins, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Conception, birth, the very beginning of life.
The apple tree becomes this anchor point, a place of awakening, maybe where their love really clicked or began. It ties it to something fundamental, almost primal.
Which sets up that incredible metaphor. Set me as a seal upon your heart, as a seal upon your arm.
Oh, that line is powerful. A seal. That's about permanence, right? Something marked, indelible.
On the heart and the arm, like encompassing feeling and action, your whole being.
I think that's a great reading. It's a total unwavering connection. And then the reason, for love is strong as death, longing as fierce as Sheol.
Stark, comparing love to death, longing to the underworld. The intensity is almost overwhelming.
It really frames love as this elemental force, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Not just a feeling, but something as powerful and unavoidable as death itself, an inseparable part of you.
And then these arrows are arrows of fire, flames of the divine.
Elevating it even further, divine flames, suggests something sacred, maybe even beyond human control, a transformative power.
Not just a fleeting emotion, but something fundamental.
Exactly. And that leads into the next statement about its endurance.
Right. Deep waters cannot quench love, nor rivers sweep it away.
Unstoppable, unbreakable.
Were one to offer all the wealth of his house for love, he would be utterly despised.
So love is priceless. Literally. You can't buy it, you can't trade for it. Its value is intrinsic, immeasurable, more valuable than anything material.
It's such a strong declaration of love's ultimate worth. Okay, now the perspective shifts again with the brothers.
An answer to the brothers? Yes. We suddenly see her through their eyes. They're worried about their little sister.
She has no breasts as yet. They're wondering what to do on the day she is spoken for.
It's protective, isn't it? They see her as needing guidance, maybe shielding.
And those metaphors they use. If she's a wall, they'll build a silver turret on her.
Right, fortify her. Or if she's a door, they need to board it up with cedar planks.
Contain her, protect her virtue. It seems focused on her readiness, her vulnerability.
Definitely. But then her response, it's fantastic.
It really is. She just declares, I'm a wall, and my breasts are like towers.
Boom. Taking their metaphor and owning it, transforming it. She's not a vulnerable wall needing silver. She is the strong wall, her breasts like defensive towers. She's claiming her maturity.
Such confidence.
Yeah.
And then I became in his eyes as one who brings peace.
Yeah, suggesting she's found fulfillment, harmony in the relationship. She feels secure, valued. It's a statement of self-possession, real agency there.
Which contrasts really nicely with the next bit, the boast section about Solomon's vineyard.
Right. You hear about Solomon's fancy vineyard at Baal Hamon costing a fortune, needing caretakers.
1,000 pieces of silver for its fruit.
Exactly. It's presented as this valuable commodity. But then she says,
My own vineyard is at my own disposal.
my love, myself, is mine to give. It's not Solomon's property, managed by others. It's hers.
That's a powerful claim of independence, isn't it?
Absolutely. And her offering the 1,000 pieces to Solomon and 200 to the caretakers, maybe it's generosity. Or showing her love operates outside that whole commercial system. It emphasizes the personal nature of her commitment.
Okay, almost at the end now. The lover's yearnings. Mutual longing again.
She wants her voice heard by her companions. Oh, you who dwell in the gardens, companions are listening for your voice. Let me hear it.
So she wants her love acknowledged, witnessed by the community.
Seems like it. Not just a private affair, but something to be shared, recognized. The social dimension of love.
And how does it end? With his voice.
Yes, the lover's final call. Swiftly, my lover, be like a gazelle or a young stag upon the mountains of spices.
Swiftly, be like a gazelle, that sense of urgency, speed, grace.
Yeah, a wild, eager desire. And mountains of spices, that sensory detail again. Fragrant, maybe exotic, a place for their reunion.
It leaves you hanging a bit, doesn't it, with that sense of intense, longing anticipation.
It really does. A perfect note of yearning to end on.
So wrapping up this deep dive into these parts of the Song of Solomon, wow, some really strong themes came through.
Definitely. That incredibly detailed focus on the beloved's beauty, for one.
Yeah, and the raw, direct expression of desire, no holding back there.
Yeah, the sheer power attributed to love, its strength, its endurance, its value above all else.
And I was really struck by the woman's voice, her agency, declaring, I'm a wall, owning her own vineyard.
Absolutely. It's a complex, rich exploration of emotion, using language that's just so vivid, so sensory. Those metaphors really stick with you.
Which leads to a question for you, listening. How does all this ancient talk of love and desire land with you today in the 21st century?
Yeah, what feels timeless about it,
Yeah.
universal. And what feels maybe more specific to that ancient culture, that time and place.
And maybe think about that language itself, the constant comparisons, the focus on scent and touch and taste. What does that tell you about how they actually experienced love back then, how they understood it?
Lots to chew on there.
We'll leave you with one final echo from the text, something that captures that immense power we talked about. Love is strong as death. Deep waters cannot quench love.
A powerful thought to carry with you. Reflect on that enduring strength, maybe in your own connections.